Hey guys, welcome into MLS Now. I'm Jason Seguini with Andrew Wiebe. The MLS offseason has been going fast and furious, and we're going to keep it going here on MLS Now. Andrew's going to have 20 seconds to give me the biggest team need as we go through the Eastern Conference here. We're going to do this in a four-part series. Today, the I-95 corridor. In part 2, we're going to do the other Eastern Conference teams. And then obviously in parts 3 and 4, we'll move to the Western Conference. Andrew, you're going to be on the clock first with the New England Revolution coming off an MLS Cup appearance. How does this team get better?
Well, it starts at forward. Look, they've invested in Jermaine Jones. We've seen the Crafts, Jay Heaps really go all in there, and it almost got them MLS Cup. Now it's a goal scorer. Charlie Davies, he's the only one up top. You've got to get somebody else. And I think it needs to be an upgrade. Maybe Davies pushes him, maybe they win out. Either way, that's the biggest need in New England.
All right, when I look at this, I got to point out, though, one more need, and that's AJ Soares leaving at center back. Andrew Farrell potentially can slide in there. They have some other pieces along the back line. Worth mentioning, though, that they could add something to strengthen that center back position moving forward. All right, the New York Red Bulls, Andrew, they lost Thierry Henry, they lost Jameson Olave, they lost their sporting director. They have plenty to go this offseason. What is their biggest issue right now? Go ahead.
Well, Mike Pecky said, look, we're probably going to rebuild a little bit after. It'll be a soft rebuild, but I think all that hinges on Tim Cahill. What happens to Cahill? Jay, will he stay? Will he go? He's been cryptic. He says international soccer is very, very important to him. Will he be back in 2014? We need to know right now.
All right, with Olave gone from the back line, Ibrahim Sakagya maybe becomes a little bit more of important of a cog. They're trying to renegotiate with him. We'll see if he's back or what happens there for them. Moving across the Hudson River to NYCFC has to be the Lampard situation. What's going on with Lampard?
Well, there are three options here, right? He could come back for preseason. That's what New York City FC said they wanted to start out. That's what their fans want. Could be March at the beginning of the season. Could be May. I think it'll be May. In that case, you've got to reinforce an attacking midfielder, and you've got to reinforce in those wide positions. David Villa, a superstar in this league in waiting. He needs service, though. What's going to happen to Lampard? I want to know right now.
All right, your time's up. We're moving down to Philadelphia. The biggest question has to be around Mo Adu. What happens if he comes back, if he doesn't come back? Remember, he was on loan from Stoke City in the EPL. What comes next?
Look, they want him to come back. I think Jim Curtin said after the end of last season, he's a game changer at center back. I mentioned David Villa. Somebody's got to shut him down after the Union, and that is Mo Adu. I think they like him at center back. Got to work out that contract situation, get him on long term. He could be the foundation of this team for years to come.
All right, they still have a hole in the middle of the field. Akugo gone. Brian Carroll needs to be re-signed.
And what do they do up top, Jay? There's some question marks there as well.
I was going to say, Curtin mentioned forward as another issue. They brought in CJ Sapong, probably looking to do more there. All right, last team, DC United, a team that has an interesting problem. They have too many forwards, kind of. Fabian Espindola and Luis Silva are the pairing there. Eddie Johnson coming off the bench. I don't know if that's how you want to use your designated player.
I don't know if he likes that either.
20 seconds on DC United situation.
Okay, so I think this is a blessing in disguise. Espindola, as you said, suspended for the first 6 games. That gives Eddie time to get comfortable, to get happy, to score some goals, to make this a 3-headed monster. Meanwhile, in the CCL, Silva, Espindola, the best combo from last year. They get to go at it. Hopefully, after those 6 games, this team is rolling. It's not about rebuilding. It's not about adding big pieces. So keeping things the same. There goes my time, man. That went quick.
All right. DC United also worth mentioning. Perry Kitchen, Luis Silva, Nick De Leon, Bill Hamid all going to the last year of their deal. Can they get those guys re-signed, keep the core together? That's the I-95 corridor. Stay tuned to part 2. We'll take a look at the rest of the teams in the Eastern Conference.